Oh, now we're frozen up. Great. Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm frozen up. But hey, everybody, welcome to, I forgot the name of this. The Witching Hour with Lisa Day, co host. We have Melissa Thrasher
Thrasher.
as a guest, and Melissa is an herbalist. Melissa, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I first of all, I'm a licensed massage therapist, herbalist, by practice and apprenticeship, but I'm actually in herbal school to get certified just because people care about those things. I don't. um, but yeah, I've practiced under a master herbalist for about 8 years. Before that, I edited an herbal curriculum for a school and learned a lot just through my like English editing. So, about 2 years ago, I started foraging. And so now I've kind of added that in. But basically, in my practice, what I do is I do body work on people and recommend herbs to just kind of supplement what they're looking to do, like within their health. I teach meditation classes, things like that.
You also, you're on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
You have, I think it's almost 8,000 followers on TikTok, right?
Yeah. 98% men.
Go figure. Beautiful woman, right?
Like,
I gotta watch this girl. Hey, that's good as long as they get something from it. I mean, I like an attractive woman just as well. But I'm a happily married man, and I like to study about herbs. So
yeah.
that's why I see herbal things on TikTok and other things I like to watch. I like to try to educate myself and watch those as well that are going to help educate me. And you have some really good content on your TikTok. I love watching them.
Thank you.
So what got you? When did you start actually?
Like, when did I start doing TikTok?
No, herbalism.
Oh, because I was like March. In March, I was like, I think I'll upload a TikTok.
Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good amount of followers for since March. That's pretty good.
And I had a kid in 2003 and one in 2006. And my son, when I had him, I just had like just this intuitive thing that was like, don't vaccinate this one, don't do it. And I just started doing research into vaccines, and that led me to pharmaceutical companies and what they're doing to people. And I just, at that point, kind of decided to adopt a natural lifestyle for my family. So I had
Nice.
been in college for a while and originally was going to get an English degree. And I had a friend that had an herbal medicine school in Brentwood, Tennessee, and she asked me to edit her curriculum. And so as I'm editing her curriculum, I'm like, oh, this herb does this and this does this, and I could use this for an ear infection. And so it just kind of started there. When I moved back to Georgia, I met a girl and we just started working out together. We were just friends, and come to find out she owns the local herb shop. And I started working for her. I was just a stay-at-home mom. I homeschooled my kids. I started working for her and apprenticing under her, and we're still great friends. I'm actually at the herb shop right now.
Cool. Awesome. And where's that located at?
It's in Locust Grove, Georgia. It's called Herbology.
Herbology. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa, you're trying to say something?
I do not see us on Morgan's Moonshine, and I do not see us on Cassie.
I'm trying to correct that. It's on Cassie's. It is on Cassie's. No, it's on YouTube. So yeah, it's showing it's on my page. That's weird. It's showing here that we are streaming to my page and Cassie's, not YouTube. Actually, it's streaming to my page and YouTube. I'm sorry, my bad.
I do not see it.
Let me see if I can stream it to Cassie. Sorry, Melissa.
No, you're fine.
Technical difficulties. That's a never-ending thing here. So I just got it. There it goes. Now it's going to Cassie. So hopefully people will be able to follow in. And Melissa, if you want to share this, I'll send it to you later, and you can share it with your group or whatever.
Okay, I will.
Okay, yeah, because I haven't quite figured it out how to have, well, if you use on your laptop, you can be able to, you're supposed to be able to go to, there's a place at the top where you can stream it to your desired location. And I'm not seeing it right now. So part of that StreamYard and part of it's Facebook. The two clash. They clash. So, at one point or another, we have some kind of issues, don't we, Lisa, between the two. So I apologize for that, Melissa. But so that's really cool how you got into that. I hear a lot of stories about people who hear about a natural remedy and they try it on their children or whatever, and it works. And they just continue, and it just goes and builds from there. A lot of herbalists you talk to that are just starting off, that get into it, start off that way. They're like, well, a friend recommended it because I have it here, and I tried it, and it worked wonders. The doctor, they prescribed this and that and the other, nothing worked.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, and that's kind of how I got into it. I had all kinds of issues going on, and the doctor was prescribing it. I was like, dude, this shit ain't working. In fact, it's making things worse.
Yeah, people come into the herb shop and they're like, the side effects are so great from whatever medication they're on that they want to get off.
Right, and that was me. I was like, no. They kept wanting, the doctor kept telling me, well, you got to try something different. You got to find out what works for you. I'm tired of being a guinea pig.
Yeah, yeah.
No, so I got off of it, and I'm glad I did. I've been trying different herbs, different teas and stuff, and it's helping me a lot. So, yeah, and no side effects, no weird, whoa, I feel weird today.
Right.
Yeah, so didn't I hear you say something about you were looking in to get your master's in herbology, or?
I enrolled in a school to get my master herbalist with a school that's accredited by the American Herbal Guild so that I can be registered as a master herbalist. In my community, I'm well known for herbalism, and people message me all day long like, what do I take for this? But if I want to do it, just to be an online presence and to do it outside of this community, people want accreditation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they want to see your credentials. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like going for a job, they want to know your credentials. What makes you a plumber?
Exactly.
I get it. Totally understand that. I love watching your videos on TikTok. I tried to download them and it wouldn't let me. Some of those that you had on TikTok, you transferred over to your Facebook page as well.
Yeah.
I know I've been totally unsuccessful trying to transfer TikTok. So some Facebook in the past, I was able, no problem. So I told you in a text a couple of days ago, all download needs to be perfect. I tried them, but it didn't work. I'm like, well, shit. So that being said, what I did do was download some pictures of some things that you talked about in your videos on TikTok videos and your Facebook. Braindot says, hello, ladies. And Jonathan says, hello, everybody.
Hey, guys.
We got some weird names coming here sometimes. It won't be like Mark Morgan or Bob Jones, and you'll have like a Braindot and Drummond Son. And
they come in every week, though.
Yep.
Friends, not weirdos.
Our regulars, and we'll get a new one here and there once in a while come in from YouTube, but that's all good. It's all good. So that being said, just to touch base a little bit about one of the videos you talked about and you were talking about was tick seed. And I'm thinking I'm going to lose your picture there, Melissa. Sorry to do that. We'll just have to look at me and beautiful Lisa Day here. But there's a flower that you have of or that I got off the internet, tick seed. What can you tell us about tick seed?
So golden tick seed, it was used by the Zuni people. They would use it and they called it an uplifting tea. I think in the video that I posted, I said that all of the plant is edible. It's not. Most of the time people just pick the flowers. It doesn't have caffeine in it, but it has some properties in it that are like uplifting. So a little bit of an energy effect. So any tea, I don't ever boil my herbs fresh. I always dry everything.
Lisa and I've talked about saying we're better dry it.
Yeah, I just like it. So I'll pick everything and just sit it on the counter or hang it to dry or whatever. So that one doesn't have like a whole lot of properties as far as, it's not like super medicinal, but it's a nice tea. Some of those you just drink like rose because it's just a nice tea,
Yeah. It's Coreopsis, right?
Coreopsis tinctura.
Yeah.
Lisa, do you mind filling Melissa in on a little bit of your background? You got more background in herbs than I do.
I was taught by my grandmother. She grabbed me by the hand and took me everywhere. And she foraged and made her own medicine. Anything you had wrong with you, people would come to my grandmother for. And I didn't pay attention to it during my teenage years. I kind of liked boys and all that, so I didn't pay attention. Then once I had my kids, you start
Like,
to think
kind of
about.
like boys.
I like the boys, but after I had my kids, you start to think about it, and I got back into it, and I had ovarian cysts, and the discomfort from that, and I herniated a disc in my back, and the discomfort from that. So you had to find natural, cheap ways to get away with it, because you were raising a family, you didn't have much money. So I went back to the herbal ways and started growing my gardens, and now I love it. I live it every year.
Lisa, how did you treat your ovarian cyst?
It was mostly with the warmth, and I ended up having surgery for it because I'd get kidney infections.
Yeah.
So I was doing a lot of burdock and trying to cleanse, the kidneys and the livers and stuff and cleanse my blood. But I needed to have the surgery. It was too much bouncing around in there and banging. It was too big of a cyst.
I love burdock root.
I was going to say, you did a video on burdock.
It's one of my favorite herbs.
Lisa, I know that's one of Lisa's favorites too.
Yeah. If I had to pick like my 10 favorites, burdock root would be on there.
Yep. When my uncle was sick, he had it in the Easy-Act. Was burdock root, Echinacea, golden seal, and something else. Ginseng.
I think it might have Palo d'Arco in there.
It might, yeah. Probably, this was 94, so back in 94, so it's changed a lot.
Now you're telling your age, Lisa.
Did the Essiac tea, did it help him?
He was too far gone.
Yeah.
It was pretty much making him feel like he did something for himself.
Yeah.
Made my aunt feel like she was actually helping, but he was too far gone.
Because Essiac is that would be one of my recommendations too.
Yep. I see it has, it's changed. The recipe's changed a little bit. Yellow Dock, I think, Yellow Dock is in it too.
That's a blood purifier, just burdock.
Yeah. So, but that was another step into the herbal thing, was when my uncle was sick, how to help my uncle. Happened just about the same time as my ovarian cyst, so.
Cool. Not cool, but thanks for sharing.
I forage because I'm a cheap bitch. I don't like to buy anything.
Yeah.
So I forage and do stuff, and I gather seeds every year, and everywhere I go, you'll know I've been there because something pretty's growing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Nice. Melissa, you should see this girl's flower garden. Oh my God.
I bet it's beautiful.
Oh my God. Amazing. In fact, you talk about tick seed, and she has a flower, and Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong, this is very similar. I forget what this is called.
Yep. Oh, that's the Coreopsis. It's a Jethro Tull, it's called.
That's right.
Like the name of it. It's really cheerful.
I should have remembered that. Jethro Tull. I mean, come on, Mark.
Jethro Tull. That's why we had bought it. My boyfriend buys things off the death rack at Walmart and Lowe's. Yeah, and he brings them home, so I'll save them. And that was one of them from last year. Was the Jethro Tull.
She's got so many pretty flowers. It's unbelievable. She sends me pictures all the time. I'm like, oh my God, Lisa, I want to come live with you.
That's beautiful. It is nice to sit and watch all the the bugs and the bees, and I pick everything and try to get it right at its peak. And
Yeah.
I watch every flower. I know when it drops a petal. It's when it drops a petal, it's going in the dehydrator.
Yeah.
It's ready.
So will you let yours dry, Melissa? How do you do it?
Um, you're gonna laugh.
Oh,
I
really?
hung a curtain rod on my wall, and I usually just hang stuff upside down on the curtain rod.
Yeah.
Like I strung them above the doorways in the kitchen and put these rings on them, and I just clip like thistle and like I just clip stuff and I let it dry. Sometimes I'll dehydrate if it's mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was asking Lisa a while back. I was taking some clippings off some of my herbs. I said, Lisa, how do I dry these up faster? She said, put them on the dash of your car. So
Yeah.
I put aluminum foil, wrapped up, threw it up on her dash, and goddamn, the next day they're dried out. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And sometimes I store a lot of stuff in mason jars, but I picked so much mullein last year that I put it in paper bags
There you
and
go.
just tied it up in paper bags, and I still have a lot of that left.
That's something we talked about a lot on here is mullein.
You need to be on mullein every single day.
I knew you were going to say that.
You need to
Melissa
be
just found out
rolling
I
it
was a
and
smoker.
smoking it.
She's like, you need to be in the mullein.
I'll
Hey,
be
we got
sending
Roy
you some
Warner.
here soon.
Roy Warner popped in watching Kim Spencer. Roy, how y'all doing tonight? Kitty Taylor's watching. My daughter, Princess Moonshine's watching. Thank you.
Hi, daughter.
Cassie.
Cassie, yeah. So, yeah, it's cool. Cassie comes on once in a while. Call her Princess Moonshine. She's my daughter. She's my princess. So, yeah, she comes on once in a while. We do a podcast together once in a while. Toby Mandela just popped in.
Hi, Toby.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. But anyway, so another one that we just talked about this last week, Lisa. Well, actually, we talked about mallow. And Melissa did a video on her TikTok about purple poppy mallow. This is what it
But you
looks like.
just never see. Well, I don't ever see it anymore.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes.
That's not one that she took. I don't want to give her all the credit. Sorry, Melissa.
My picture was pretty too.
It was. It really was. And I'm ashamed that I couldn't download that because you had some awesome videos. And the way
Yeah,
you
we
go
were in
into it,
Mississippi that week, and I was just foraging while the guys were doing tree work.
yeah, your boyfriend Justin, he's a tree service,
He owns
or
Yeah, he owns a tree service.
and so I brought it up. And we're gonna get off the herb subject just for a minute. Your boyfriend, how did you meet Justin?
So my best friend we all hunt arrowheads. And she and I had been to Florida to go to an arrowhead dig. And there was a man there that was into flint napping. And she also does this beautiful mosaic art out of the debitage from the flint napping pieces.
Yeah.
So the man said, why don't you girls come and set up a tent and display her art at this flint napping event in Ocala? And so she and I were like, okay, it's a trip. This is fun.
Sure.
And
Let's go.
so
Vacation.
we went and we set up our tent, and Justin is a flint napper, and he teaches he makes primitive stone tools and teaches survival skills. So he was across from us, and I was like, Jen, who is that guy over there smoking his pipe and drinking his coffee and looking like a man? So, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah. I'm
He's
sure.
over
That's
there
cool.
going, who's that girl?
Yeah, he's over there going, hey, who's this honey over here? Toby says, hi, Lisa, Mark, and new girl.
Hey.
Hi, Toby.
Um, so, Justin, he's pretty much into a lot of this stuff. He's into survivalist stuff as well. And I think didn't you mention that he was on the Discovery Channel?
He was on the Discovery Channel with his ex-wife. They did a show called Man, Woman, Wild, and they had to survive in Norway for 21 days on the land and make it to a checkpoint, and they did. So he's actually who got me into foraging. You know, when we met, he knew I was an herbalist, and it basically was like, I can tell you everything it does, but I don't know how to find it. I go get mine from an herb shop, you know. And so we would be out like walking around, and he would just start naming stuff. Like we're walking around, he's like, oh, that's so and so, and that's so and so. I just got super interested in it, and so it started off that we would forage together, and then I got to where, you know, when he's busy, I would go out and start looking for stuff. And it's a lot of just picking and taking pictures of and getting online and identification and, you know, all of that.
Well, for me, it's repetitive, especially with my old age. I have to do it over and over. I have to see it again, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, this is it. Just like some pictures I was showing you earlier. I saw pictures and descriptions. I thought that was something, but it's not. Damn it.
Yeah.
But it's all good. And that's cool. So he's also done some other things, right?
Justin?
Yeah. No?
Well, I mean, he has an environmental science degree. He owns a tree service. You know, he teaches survival classes,
Right.
fire by friction. He makes primitive stone tools, and he's good, like competition good. Like he's good at flint knapping, and
Nice.
yeah.
Didn't I know? Okay, you did a video recently about you guys are going to start doing some classes, and he's part of that, right?
Yeah, the herb shop that I worked at for so long, she wanted us to start doing like just basic classes, like how to make tinctures, what you would put in a survival pack if you had to grab something and run out the door. And the thing is, though, with tree work, you're super busy. During the summer, it's like his busy time.
Yeah.
And if a hurricane hits, we chase it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So right now, he's just not available for classes.
Yeah, chasing the hurricanes is big money when it comes to tree service. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Get it when you can, I guess.
Toby Mandela says, I love mushrooms. Wrong kind of mushrooms, Toby.
Well, no, you know, those kind of, in my opinion, are really good too. I think that if you have the option of an SSRI or going through maybe 2 doses of psilocybin with somebody there with you, there have been studies that show that 2 doses of psilocybin presented 2 weeks apart have like eliminated depression. People that have struggled with lifelong depression have been treated with psilocybin, and usually it's better if it's done like in a medical facility or with someone that can help walk you through it, because there is a process. With psilocybin, the reason people have bad trips is because at about the hour mark, some of the chemical processes in your body, you start to develop anxiety. And so at that mark, you need a facilitator to say, you know, that it's okay. This is, you know, what you move through is determined on you. And so it's almost like if you could have a facilitator. I think mushrooms are great. Honestly, I do. I think they're wonderful.
I won't argue.
Yeah.
I will not. Nathan Wright says microdosing is worth all that.
I think it's great. Now, I will say this about microdosing. If you do it often, there are some studies that indicate that it could pose some risk for heart health. Studies of heart attacks are higher in people that microdose often.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing it.
Yeah.
You can tell I've done my psilocybin research.
Yeah,
Plus,
I don't
they
even know what the hell it is. All I know is this.
If you wait a few days in between, yay.
Yeah.
I know you don't partake, Melissa, but I need a shot.
Well, listen, not tonight because I have clients tomorrow.
That's fine. Hey, you're going to have to let us know what you think about the peach and the cherry, though. Or at least let me know at some point.
Oh, I will.
But you like the candy, though, right?
That s'mores one I ate in like 2 days, the whole package.
Oh my God.
It was so good. Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Wicked
I have
good.
to watch it because of my arthritis and sugar really, if I eat too much sugar, it really affects my arthritis pretty bad.
Wow.
I've cut way back on my sugar
Yeah.
other than alcohol, you know. Ah, Nathan Beck said you can get empty pill capsules right from the natural food store. They're made from gelatin and you can't go wrong. I don't know where you're going with that, Nathan, but okay.
No, you can make your own.
Yeah, if you just
Oh,
first and make your own supplements.
Yeah, we're talking about also microdosing. Cool. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't math very well, so for me that would be a struggle to have to weigh out the grams and try to measure that out into something. I'd rather eat a stem.
Yes. Little bit of peanut butter and you're in.
That's my strong point is math. So, and speaking of mushrooms, I have to show this one. And Melissa, you've come across some really nice lion's mane. This is not
Ooh.
yours, but I'll tell you what, the ones you came across. Follow Melissa. Melissa, what is your TikTok?
It's Wild Crafted Muse.
Guys,
Yeah.
if you're on TikTok or use TikTok at all, I'll try to post that on here so you guys can make sure you go over to TikTok and follow her. She's got some really great content on TikTok. I really like watching her on TikTok. Really cool stuff. She came across a luminous mushroom the other day. I was like, what? It did. It looked just like a jellyfish.
Just like a jellyfish.
It was like, what the hell is that? But we were talking about lion's mane. We've talked about lion's mane on here before. And that's one. It's not one that Melissa has found, but I couldn't upload her videos, so I just wanted to post lion's mane. And Melissa, would you like to comment on what lion's mane, its properties are, and what the benefits are?
It's lion's mane is my favorite mushroom, by the way. I don't love to eat mushrooms. Like, I don't like the flavor of a lot of mushrooms. You know, a lot that people are like, oh, this is delicious. To me, they're not delicious.
It's like mold.
Lion's mane is delicious. If you slice it and fry it in some butter, it is so good. But you also, it's really good for cognitive issues. So it's good for focus and attention and mental health, you know, anxiety, depression, things like that. So I actually take lion's mane every day.
Wow.
However, I will tell you this, after supplementing with it and just I find a lot of lion's mane when I forage. I have a secret spot I go to. So
I'm going to come visit you.
it is so different. Like, if you eat a piece of lion's mane, it's what I imagine people that take Adderall feel like.
Really?
Like, I feel so laser focused, and I feel focused with the supplements, but it's not the same. Like, the fresh
Right.
lion's mane is so much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That's good. Good to know. Good to know. Because I need me some lion's mane.
You
Sorry.
do need lion's mane and milk thistle and mullein.
And mullein. Don't forget
I'm gonna make
mullein.
you a list of herbs.
Please do. Please do. I'll be all up in that. Yeah. I talked to you before, Melissa. We do have a gentleman that follows us on here. His name is Mark Morgan, Shadow. He just popped in. I'm surprised he's not yelling shots already.
Hi, Mark.
He's here. And Brian LPR Shine is here. Good friend of mine. So I just wanted to welcome him in, say hello. I've been wanting to try lion's mane. The only mushroom, I've tried different mushrooms, and I like mushrooms as far as when it comes to meals. And the only other mushroom besides the psychedelic mushroom that I used to eat all the time, it was only during April. I lived in Missouri, and we used to go out morel mushroom hunting all the time. And they are delicious. Oh my God. I love morel mushroom.
I've never found a morel.
But back in the day, it was my understanding, I started, but I was in high school, morel mushroom hunting. And when we did the research on it, me and my best friend, they only grew in two parts of the world. One was Missouri, where I'm from, and the other was France. Well, now you can find them everywhere.
Yeah.
But we always took pride in that you could only find them in Missouri, and that's where we're at. You know?
Yeah.
We used to find bunches of them, and they're expensive as hell. They're like $18-20 a pound.
They really are.
Yeah. So, but we used to love going out and foraging for them and finding them. And speaking of foraging, I just wanted to mention because Lisa and I have talked about this. We want to do some videos of her foraging and myself foraging and let people know how we forage and what goes on. And you have some videos of yourself foraging and some of the things you come across. One of the things you came across was a turtle. And I loved it. You were so friendly to it. Oh, I'm in your territory.
You know what's funny about that day? I found that little turtle, but let me tell you about this. I was living on a farm at the time, and we have all of these farm friends. And so there's this area we call Mud Bridge, and I was like, I'm going to go in the woods at Mud Bridge. And one of our friends, Clayton, he drove me down to the woods on the four-wheeler because you can't really get there. And he was like, listen, I'll come back and get you. But I have no sense of direction.
Oh, shit.
So I got so lost.
Oh, my God.
So I called Justin, and he has my location. I was like, honey, I can't get out of the woods. And it's like 30 acres or something. Like, it's like crazy. I was like, honey, I can't get out of the woods. And he looked at the map, and he said, if you go east, get your compass out, go east, you'll get out. Well, on the map, it didn't show that east takes you right through a swamp.
Oh, shit.
So I was thigh deep in swamp water, wading through this thing. The only way that Clayton even found me is like the old school, like, hello, screaming through the
Where
woods.
are you?
Yeah. So it took forever for me to get out of that day, but that was the day that I met the turtle.
That's the one to go down the memory books, right?
Yeah, I was so glad it was only a turtle because walking through all that swamp water, I was just like in my head, I was like, I'm not going to go there, that there are copperheads and just everything everywhere. I was like, I'm not even going to think about it.
You do. You have to blank that out. I used to do a lot of volunteer work for the National Wildlife Federation. And one of my things that I did was I worked with geologists, and we would do studies on cypress trees in the swamps and the wetlands. And I would be wading through that stuff up to my neck. And all you see is all these green, mossy, the water just covered, and you don't know what the hell's in there. Gators, you name it. And you just have to ignore that shit. And I'll tell you what, there's some times like, I ain't going in there.
I was so lost that day too, and I'm not a survivalist. I can't make a fire out of sticks. And I was like, all I brought was a sweet potato in my bag. I was like, I'm gonna die.
Sweet potato.
My friend Bobby calls it my roadie sweet potato. He's like, oh, the roadie sweet potato. She's got it in her bag.
Yeah, I'll make a potato shine. You know, I just saying. You might survive on that.
Oh my gosh, it was awful.
Oh, speaking of which, that shine that I sent you that was clear, that's great for making tincture.
I know. That's what I'm going to use it for.
Okay.
I'm excited about it.
Well, yeah, it's great. It works good. And as far as that goes, it's also good for extracts.
Yeah. That extract you sent me smells so good.
Oh, I forgot I sent you the vanilla, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot I sent that. Cool. I'm glad. I'm doing a root beer right now. I sent a sample to a friend of mine. He's usually out here, Richard Henderson, and he absolutely loved it. He said, "Man, I can't do this. This tastes just like root beer."
Yes, yeah, he's not feeling good today.
Yeah, I know. He's down the weather. He had a high fever.
Yeah.
Man, everybody seems to be coming down in our community. John Vince.
Yeah.
We have a good friend of ours that's a moonshiner. He's also a firefighter in Tennessee. He's opening a distillery in Tennessee. And he just went out yesterday, right? Or last night. He fought a fire, and he ended up he got heat stroke so bad he ended up having a mild heart attack.
Oh my
God. So he's in the hospital right now. And so our thoughts and prayers are out to John Vince right now. So,
that's
really
scary.
great guy. Yeah, really great guy. Great community. Always helping out the community. Obviously, he's a firefighter. I think he's a lieutenant. Yeah, he's a lieutenant on the.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But anyway, don't want to get. Hey, Jim Rockford. James Rockford, the Rockford Files. David Dance is in the house. Hello, David.
Hi, Dave.
Buddy. David Gantz was on Melissa a while back. And what, a month and a half, 2 months ago, David had some heart issues. And he came on our podcast right after his heart issues, and he was asking us questions. Okay, what kind of herbs are good for my heart? Would you like to elaborate?
So, not just because I worked at an herbal shop, we do a lot of supplements too. So hawthorn berry is really good for the heart if you're looking at herbs, right?
That one.
In fact, that would be one of my first go-tos with anybody with heart issues. But I mean, so one of the things we do is we kind of do deep dives into people's health history. So I think things matter, like, if you have high blood pressure, what your diet is like, if you're on statins, if you're on blood pressure medications,
Right.
so I think I would have to know a lot of that. But if you're just looking for general, like, heart health things, I would say beetroot powder, L-arginine, it opens up the blood vessels. So it's really good. It can actually lower blood pressure. That's what we usually put people on at the herb shop. If you're looking at cholesterol, we have a really good supplement called Cholesterol Support by Nordic Naturals. We use that. It has one of the things that people aren't aware of when they start taking statins is that statins just completely eliminate the CoQ10 in your body. So you have to take ubiquinol with a statin. And if you don't, that's why people that take statins end up with all like those aches and pains, is because they don't have any CoQ10 in their body. So the cholesterol support, what?
Me, everything you're saying is me. I'm like, I would go broke and you would be rich by me buying all.
Are you on a statin?
I don't know what that is, to be honest with you, but I am on high blood pressure medicines, a low dose.
Yeah. The thing is this is what I always tell people. I say that I'm like a scientific herbalist because I have met herbalists before that are like, medications are terrible and stop taking them and never have a surgery. And that's just silly. It's just
I'm
silly.
trying to weed myself off. I'm weeding myself.
Basically, you need to know when you're dealing with the heart or any kind of vascular type situation, you never come off of a medication. You talk to your doctor. If you do decide to come off of a medication, it has to be low and slow. Like, it has to be super duper titrated.
Sounds like making moonshine.
Yeah.
Low,
Yeah.
slow.
Slow.
But you
Low
can't
and
just,
slow.
you can't just stop taking your blood pressure meds, because you're going to have that rebound and that's when you risk like heart attacks and stuff like that.
No, you're right, Melissa, because I've noticed, and I told you I was cutting back. Instead of taking my regular dose, I've been taking like a dose every other day. But I've noticed today and yesterday, I just broke out in a sweat for no reason. And it's like, yeah, you might want to stay with that blood pressure medicine.
Did you check your blood pressure when you were hot?
I didn't. Yeah. But I was in an air conditioning environment, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't doing anything.
And you have to listen to your body. So
Right.
The thing is like, if you decide that you want to come off your blood pressure meds, first you need to talk to your doctor because they're really good at giving you kind of a plan for how you would titrate off. But you have to have something to start taking too, unless you've done a significant diet exercise change. So I would say beetroot powder, L-arginine, and also hibiscus. Hibiscus is really, really good to lower blood pressure. Now you have to drink a lot of it. So you just have to make like a gallon and put it in the fridge and make it cold. But the good thing about the hibiscus is it is really tasty. So you could just sip on it all day long.
You say that, Lisa Day and me being in Florida, there's hibiscus everywhere. They're everywhere. People grow them everywhere. They mainly grow up for ornamentals, but they're everywhere. And we've talked about that. Lisa's got some hibiscus. Her boyfriend just recently got her hibiscus. And so yeah, it would make a good tea, but like you're saying, I have to drink a lot of it.
So the hibiscus that you're thinking about is ornamental. The one that is used as an herb, it's called roselle.
Okay.
So it's not the ornamental like flower that you see in your yard. It's actually really small and red. I'll send you some pictures of it, but if you want to plant true hibiscus that you can use for blood pressure, it's called roselle.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I'm trying to read the comments too. I'm not ignoring you, Melissa. David Dan says, I fell down some stairs. This is the guy that had the heart problems.
Sure.
So I fell down some stairs and it damaged my heart. Ended up with end-stage heart failure. David, man, we're really glad to see that you're up and about, buddy. You're doing a lot better. I can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks. Actually, in a week, right? I'll see David dance for the first time. We're going to meet for the first time in 1 week. I can't wait, buddy.
He just had an anniversary. I think he said.
Really?
Is
it your anniversary, dude? Anyway, and then,
a couple days ago.
Toby says, he sent me some pictures of rocks. What the?
Oh, I love rocks. I love rocks. Show me.
Toby. Okay, well, maybe I can bring them up. I don't know, but he said they are first-hand picks. Also, okay, tell us. Oh, we got this going on joke with another fellow in the moonshine community, Damon. So Toby says that Damon cannot stand okra. He doesn't want to even talk about it. He even hates the word okra. So we all give him a hard time about it. And now Toby says, "Tell us about okra."
I don't know a whole lot about it.
Damon, maybe you might want to take some okra for your health benefits. I think he'd rather die.
Slimy.
Yeah, he hates the sliminess of them. I'll tell you what, I love okra.
Me too. It's one of my favorites.
Fried, pickled, you name it, I'll eat it. Hell yeah. Shit. Mark Morgan, Shadow says 6 minutes now and just saved. Okay, Mark, I get it. Yeah, ding, ding, ding. Time for a shot. Mama B's in the house.
Hi, Mama B.
Mama B is her and her husband both were on the show on Discovery Channel on the show called Master Distiller. Mama B got second place. Her husband won his event. So,
Wow.
yeah, pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that's neat.
They're both a great couple. They're really neat. Mama B says, I'm a rock collector and I have over 100 of rocks.
Yeah, I always pick up a rock.
I'm going to look and see what rocks Toby sent me, so I don't know. Toby.
I love rocks.
Me too.
Toby, I'm not seeing any. So
Freckled. So any rock that has dots all over it, little freckled rocks, I gotta have it. Gotta have it. I don't know. It's been my thing for a long time.
Toby says it's so good about diabetes. Okay, Toby, you're going to have to elaborate because I think we might have skipped something or we've gone past that and you're just elaborate on it.
Okra for diabetes, maybe?
Oh, okra. Okra is good for diabetes. Really?
I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to go buy some more and start growing it too.
That's what I thought he might have been talking about.
I'm not a diabetic, but the last year, it's been almost a year, I had my annual checkup. My doctor said I was borderline diabetic. Borderline. She said, you're right there, Mark. You got to watch your shit.
You could take berberine.
Never even heard of that.
Berberine, it comes from a few different plants, but it in the natural community, it's like a natural metformin.
Yeah. All right.
And it also has some like constituents that are kind of like the GLP-1 that everybody's taking for weight loss. So
sign me up. Sign me up.
So yeah, berberine is really, really good. A lot of people that are just on metformin can transition usually pretty easy to berberine, and it doesn't have the side effects aren't as significant as metformin.
That's cool. Mama B says she is freaking gorgeous, y'all. Yes, she is.
Thanks.
Mama B is gorgeous too, by the way. She's pretty. Yeah. Then Mama B says, my pop was a truck driver and I have a rock from every state. That's cool. That's different.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I started to do that at one point, and when I went to Israel, I started collecting rocks. So I got a rock from the River Jordan. That's where it started. And I think I have like 10 different rocks from different countries. But other than that, I haven't saved any. So that's cool. You got this.
Nice.
Toby saying, look again. He wants me to see these rocks.
I'll have to go through my arrowheads and send you an arrowhead.
Toby, we're talking about herbs and you're sending me pictures of rocks.
It's the community. It all goes hand in hand. It's nature.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I love it. I love Toby. Toby's a great guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark Morgan says it's great in gumbo. He's talking about okra, I'm sure. Yes, absolutely great in gumbo. Toby also says okra is good for diabetes and look on regular messages. Oh, regular messages. I was looking on Facebook Messenger. Okay, you're right, Toby. If I can find them, Toby, during this podcast, I'll share them. I'll try to share them on here. I don't know if I can or not.
I don't know anything about geology, though. I can't tell you what kind of rocks they are.
Right? Me either.
Yeah.
Unless it's an arrowhead or, you know.
He didn't
What
send
kind
me
of
any pictures of
I don't know, but you did also on TikTok some videos of you collecting arrowheads. You found a pipe, right? No, you didn't find a pipe.
No, everybody in the arrowhead community that I know, they've all found these beautiful pipes. And I've been over one day and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a pipe, this is a pipe, this is a pipe. I pick it up and it's just like this metal piece that is shaped just like a pipe, but it wasn't. So then I'm like, I start saying it. I'm like, I'm going to find a pipe. I'm going to find a pipe. And I kid you not, like a day or two later, we were arrowhead hunting and I found a piece to a pipe stem. I didn't find the whole thing though.
Damn it.
I know.
All right, I'm going to show you a picture of what Toby sent me.
Let's see what Toby sent.
This guy says the rocks. Toby, I'm going to put myself in solo screen real quick. If I can remember how. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Damn it. How do I do this, Lisa? You do it.
I'm at the bottom. There you go.
Is that it? Okay. I don't know if this was showing or not.
Oh, he's got some arrowheads, it looks
Yeah,
like.
he
Hard
does.
to see.
Nice. Very cool, Toby.
Those are good rocks, Toby.
He calls them rocks.
Yeah.
I swear, Toby, you crack me up, buddy. Love you, Toby. Thanks for sharing, buddy.
Those are good ones. I'd have to look at it closer.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, shit. All right, I gotta share this one too. Damn, Toby. I've had like 3 arrowheads. Yeah.
Oh, we find them. We're on an archaeological site where I hunt, and we find it's nothing for us to go out and walk a few hours and come home with 20 arrowheads.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I just did it once. Damn, why can't I do it again? All right, Mark. Oh, here we go.
Oh, wow. Where
There
does
you
Toby, ask Toby where he hunts? What part of the U.S. is he hunting
Yeah,
arrowhead?
he can hear you.
I don't know how. Like, Toby, where do you hunt arrowhead?
You just made his day. Crash. I had my knife up.
Those are amazing finds. Oh
So
my
that's
God,
kind of
get
the stuff
better.
that Justin does. He makes primitive stone tools like that.
Toby, I wish you hadn't sent these because now I got to show them because it's like, dude, crazy.
Wow,
Oh
Toby.
my gosh.
You got a lot of them. I love how they're displayed on the red.
Wow.
That's
Nice. It's a little tiny bird arrows.
Did
Little
Toby
Wow.
tell
bird
you where
arrows.
he hunts?
Missouri and Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas has good stuff.
Yeah, I had a relative. We went to. This is a weird story. I don't want to get a whole bunch into it. But, we went to a funeral, and went to a relative of mine house, uncle and aunt, in Arkansas. He's an arrowhead collector. You would not believe this man's house. I've only met him the one time, never seen him again since. But every wall in his house was covered in Indian artifacts. It was amazing. It was crazy. But yeah.
If you guys are into arrowheads and stuff, go on TikTok and follow my best friend. Her name is Jen, but her thing is Mobley, Mobley Crew. And I think it might be RUE, maybe not, but it's Mobley Crew. When I say that, like, her house is covered in arrowheads because they originally leased a property, and she started finding arrowheads, and she went and pulled the archaeological report, and it's on an actual archaeological site.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but the stuff she finds, and that's pretty much what her TikTok is. She posts every single day arrowheads.
Wow. That's cool. I had another great uncle in Missouri. We used to go out and visit a lot. He, on his farm, was an Indian burial ground. We used to find a lot of stuff there. It wasn't. You don't mess with them.
No, burials are like taboo.
Yeah. I'm not saying we dug or messed around in the burial site itself, but all around it we'd find stuff.
Yeah.
Toby says bird points are awesome. I don't know what a bird point is.
Yeah, we find a lot of bird points. We used to, on this one field we called the sand field, we used to find a lot of bird points, but it's kind of been picked over at this point. They're really tiny. Small. They're tiny little things.
Yeah.
I have jars full of shark's teeth. There's a place here in Florida. It's called Shark Tooth Beach. My wife and I used to go there once a year. We haven't been in like the last 3 years. You can literally go down there and go home with 100, 200 shark's teeth.
That's neat.
All the time. Yeah, they call it Shark Tooth Beach. It's off of Sarasota, south of Sarasota. But yeah. Cowboy Cayman. Hello, everyone. Miss Lisa has a special arrowhead, a flint knap, a few obsidian, and a carol.
Yep, I have it right behind me.
Okay, cool. That's awesome, Cowboy. We're getting off the subject of herbs a little bit, but that's okay.
I also love rocks.
Yeah, we all do, right? And that's all cool. Damn it, Roy. I got to work in the morning, Roy. Shots.
You better hydrate tonight. Take you some milk thistle.
Milk thistle?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have that on here.
Oh, that's pretty. You have milk thistle on the list?
I don't. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Lisa, nice.
That's pretty.
It's the one that Hydro Man made.
Oh, yeah? He made that?
Yep.
Cool.
You're going to have Justin on your show. I am. You're going to love him. Yeah.
You and I talked. Melissa and I have talked over the phone. She told me about her boyfriend, Justin. Awesome guy. I used to be a prepper, not so much as I was now as I was then, but I would love to hear and be educated by Justin. Justin teaches a lot of classes too, right?
He's one of the smartest men. He's handsome. Let me tell you, this man's handsome. but it's his brain that does it for me. He is so smart.
Right. It that has a lot to say. You can be good looking, but you know what? Get a lot of it up here.
Yeah, he's so smart.
I'm sure he is. That's awesome. I can't wait to meet him and talk to him. I would love to have him on. That would be great.
Yeah.
What are your videos you do on your TikTok? You did. I cannot. To this day, I keep thinking about it. It was blue toad flax. And this field was just covered. I mean, it was covered in them. I was like, oh my God. It almost looked like somebody planted them. I wish I could share that video, but here's blue toad flax.
Yeah, it's invasive and farmers hate it.
Right. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you brought that up. And
yeah.
I just wanted to share that. But when you see the video of Melissa showing that, you go to TikTok, make sure you follow, guys. I already forgot the name. Crafted.
Wildcrafted,
Wildcrafted.
meat. Yeah.
My bad. Too many shots already. But yeah, check it out on TikTok. She's got some great content. And another one you did was Crimson Clover.
Hmm.
This shows the video you did didn't show a whole lot, but this is a lot.
Yeah. A lot of
Whoa.
people want to call that red clover, but it's not. It's crimson clover. They're similar. They do kind of the same things in the body. They're for lymphatic.
Now, when I was growing up, when I was still in high school, I started beekeeping, and all being in or being in Missouri, all the honey there was clover honey.
Hmm.
It was all that white clover you see all over your
Yeah.
yard and stuff. That was the main, but it was really good honey. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I'd like to have some just nothing but red clover just to see the difference.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to
The
look at
crimson
it.
clover, it's so good for your lymphatic system. And what a lot of people don't understand is if your lymph is draining properly, it makes you look younger too. So we had a lady that was a very heavy smoker that used to come in the herb shop, and you could see it in her skin. Like she had really, really bad skin. And I had not seen her for about a month, and she came in, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, what are you taking? Your skin looks good. And she was doing cleavers and clover.
Wow.
And it was just, cleavers are for your lymphatic system too. And so, and cleavers are really easy to forage. They're a pain in the butt, like they stick to you, but cleavers are excellent for the lymphatic system. So, even those, like, they can make you look younger.
Keep that going. I have somebody knocking on my door. So hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, cleavers is cool.
I'm gonna turn off my mic. I'll be right back.
I foraged a lot of cleavers kind of earlier in the spring and juiced them, and they taste terrible. They're absolutely awful, but they're so good for you. I can't see the comments, so I don't know if people are asking questions or saying anything.
I don't know. I looked. Not last. Mark was right up on them last I looked. I dehydrate everything because I'm in Maine, and so we have a real short season. So
My wife telling me good night. She's going to bed.
night,
Uh,
night.
it's let's see. Toby says I'm not into new rocks. Only the ones that were made by the dwellers and cavemen. Got it. Understood.
Yeah.
Mama B says I need to know the best ways to drain lymphatic acids. I want all the puppy to go away.
Cleavers.
Yeah, cleavers are good. The red clover. I posted on my Instagram and my story today. I just bought me a vibration plate. So you stand on it. It's like a box, and you stand on
Make
it.
sure you
And
stay plate.
it's a plate. You stand on it,
Cleavers.
but it literally just jiggles all your fat. And so it's supposed to be really good for lymphatic drainage. I got it for my clients to just like stand on before I do massage. I also have a machine that I do lymphatic drainage massage. So I'll have my people take cleavers, red clover, burdock root. Because the thing is you want to give people things for their lymph system, like the clover and the cleavers, but you have to think that your kidneys have to filter all that out. So you want to support the kidneys too. So you would do that through like dandelion root, dandelion leaf,
Support your kidneys
Yeah, that's not so good for your kidneys.
and your liver.
It'll kill
I'm not even kidding. You need to be on milk thistle every day. Yeah,
I believe you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
milk thistle is good too to like lessen your hangover. Like if you have just that like yucky feeling. A lot of people who drink, they're just chronically puffy. And so the dandelion and milk thistle will help with that. Dandelion is a diuretic, so it helps to get rid of some of that fluid.
Good to know. Good to know. we talked about dandelion quite often, and because it's so popular and everybody uses it. There's so many medicinal properties from dandelion. Wow.
And it's all over the place. Like that's an easy one to forage because
Right.
even there are other herbs that look like dandelion, flatweed, sow thistle. All of those look like dandelion, but even if you pick those, they're all edible and they do almost exactly the same thing as dandelion.
Cool. Mark Morgan says we grow red clover in the fall, cover crop.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
A lot of people plant it if they do farming
Yep.
because it's good for the soil.
Mark Morgan's a farmer. He's in West Virginia. My
Oh,
shadow.
yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. Awesome, Mark. Thanks for sharing that, buddy.
He would have hated that blue toad flax.
Shadow says anything for gout my son has badly. Wow.
Yeah. Well, the
Um,
first thing is just diet. You have to look, gout is just like uric acid in your body. So you're supposed to stay away from shellfish and a high meat diet if you have gout. But the best thing for it is just tart cherry juice.
Circulation. Get your
there's-
circulation going. Because it
Yeah,
will help
well,
wash that uric
Mhm.
acid out of the bottom
it
of your
helps, it helps to detox it. So there's a company called Red Remedies, and they make a product called Gouch, Gouch, and it comes in a form or a liquid. In my experience, the people that use the liquid have better results, but I have seen people with terrible gout take some Gouch, and their symptoms, they're relieved in like days.
It used to be a rich person disease, and only rich people got it because they had the money to have meat.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. It was highfalutin to have gout because that meant you had enough money to have it.
And I've heard that it's so painful.
I know my dad had gout pretty bad in his hands. He was a carpenter. And he had gout really bad. In his knuckles, it was horrible. It was like, man, I felt really bad for the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm getting arthritis real bad with my hands because I use my hands all the time on the printer. And you're constantly using your hands every day. And I noticed just by cutting back the sugar, it's helped a lot. It's helped a lot. I cut back on alcohol too. That's a tribute to it as well.
Yeah.
I don't drink near as much as I used to, and it's helped a lot. I can notice a big difference. It's like, Lisa, I couldn't even make a full fist before, and now I can. It's like, wow, it's amazing. And you're right, Melissa. It's a lot to do with your diet as well.
Well, arthritis is an inflammation disease, so you have to think if you're eating really clean, you're just eliminating. I mean, the garbage that they put in food and processed stuff now, it's like you can't even pronounce half of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I basically believe as far as diet and nutrition, like if you're just eating fruits and vegetables and clean meat, like I made burgers tonight. I used grass-fed beef.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
now you're making me hungry.
But a supplement that is good for arthritis is turmeric. A lot of people take turmeric. You combine it with black pepper so that it absorbs better.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, adding black pepper to it enhances it like 2,000 times.
Black pepper, people don't understand adding black pepper to almost anything enhances it. It really does. There's so many herbs that you'll find that like they'll be like, oh, you need black pepper with this. You need black pepper with this. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing it and reiterating that for me or with me. I appreciate that a lot. Scott Thompson's in. He's in Georgia. He might come by and see you sometime.
Where's he at, Georgia?
Scott, where are you at? You've offered for me to come by and visit you. I can't remember. Dude, this property's gorgeous. I would love to live there.
Does he have arrowheads on it by chance?
More likely. I mean, but Mark Shadow says, oh, hell no. I ain't quitting my meats. That's all
Yeah.
I eat is meat, and I just can't.
Oh no! If is he the one with
Carnivore.
gout?
Mark, are you? Yeah. No, well, his son is. His son is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it hasn't gotten to him yet.
Yes. Well, I'm a big meat eater myself. I'm a big firm believer. I love red meat. I'm sorry. I like fish too. But yeah.
I don't think red meat is bad for you. I think a lot of that is old fake science. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I think back in the day they used to say that, red meat, you should only eat it. But if you really look into that and you research a little bit, a lot of the food pyramid and that was all kind of it's all a government thing, and I don't want to get into all my conspiracy theories and all that,
I'm
but
with you. I'm with
I
you.
don't think that
And
red
I
meat
would
is
like to
bad.
get into more depth with that with you on a one-to-one basis. I'm totally with you. I am. But when all the different stuff that are in there, the preservatives, that's where I draw the line. It's different when you're eating red meat, but then you add all the preservatives to it. For example, there's a slab of meat sitting there, and it lasts months. I'm sorry. I have some issues with that. I take home a loaf of bread and I can put it in my cupboard and it sits there for 6 months and it has no mold. I have
Right.
issues with that.
My thing with meat is also, if you're going to eat a lot of meat, just like, as far as I'm concerned, like just ethical things too. Like factory farming is so awful and just inhumane. Like if you're going to eat meat, just get good sources of meat. A lot of farms sell whole cows, or just, and not only are you doing a service to the animals, by not supporting factory farming, but also you're just getting a cleaner meat to put in your own body too.
Totally agree. Totally agree with you, Melissa. Absolutely. And when I was in Missouri, that's what we did a lot. My family's all railroaders and farmers. So we just go to this family member and get a side of beef. Well,
Yeah.
they didn't mind, and we got it cheaper, and we had good beef, and they didn't have to take it to market. They processed it itself. It
Yeah.
was great. It was great. Absolutely. We talked about the blue toe flax. The one we haven't talked about. This is one that has come up several times. And I'd like to know more about this, Melissa. Spiderwort.
I love
Spiderwort.
spiderwort. I love it because this is kind of a survivalist situation. Now, spiderwort is not considered a weed; it's considered a wildflower. But if you're out and you have any sort of like topical abrasion, cut, anything like that, if you break open a spiderwort leaf, it has like a milky substance inside, and you can put it on topically. It's really good for wounds.
Yep.
If you
As
make a
well,
tea,
Everywhere.
yeah, it has some digestive, aids in digestion a little bit too. So if you were to make a tea with it, but spiderwort is interesting too because it perks up in the morning and it lays down at night.
that's life. That's the way it
Yeah,
should be.
it's such a neat plant.
Yeah, the flowers look really cool in a salad.
Uh-huh. Oh
They look
yeah,
nice
they're
in a
pretty.
salad.
Oh,
They're pretty.
wow. Yeah. I never thought of that, Lisa. Good point. But it does. Yeah, that would make it sound a lot more appealing.
Mhm.
Nasturtium.
Well, B says, spiderwort? Question mark? Yeah, spiderwort.
Spiderwort.
There you go. There you go, Mama B. It's not a great picture of it, but it does grow a lot of places. So,
Yeah.
We have a bunch of it. Yeah, it takes over.
Mama B, I'm sure you have it somewhere on your farm. I'm sure of it.
If not, I'll send you some.
I tried to it does not transplant well. I tried to dig up some and put it in pots by the porch and it just did not take.
Really? No?
Did that recently with and I talked to Melissa about this earlier, where I found a plant. At least, everybody watching knows that I have this weed in my yard that I keep going around it. I haven't identified it yet, and I thought this week I identified it. I was like, I got it. I know what it is. But then I watched Melissa, one of her videos, was like, wait a minute. Maybe that's not it.
Uh-uh.
So just so you guys know, I got a picture of it. I took a picture of it and I brought it in here, and it's not what I thought it was. It's not. I still haven't identified it. Melissa's going to help me identify it. But,
I'm gonna research it.
so I thought it was, oh shit, American burnweed. Now this is American burnweed. It has the same type of flowers. They don't open up like a flower. That's the flower. That's what it does. It doesn't open up all the way. But if you look at the leaves, check out those leaves. Now here's mine.
They're not the same.
They're not the same.
Mm-mm.
I
Those
don't.
those are toothy.
Yeah. And here's another one. It shows the flower, and those flowers never open up. They never like bloom. But you can tell the leaves are totally different.
It looks like
Yeah.
it's the aster family, though.
Yeah.
Is it bone
So-
set?
Is it what, Lisa?
Bone set?
I don't know. I don't know.
It kind
I
of
hope.
looks like bone set. I'll have to look it up. I just took a screenshot. It looks like bone set.
Yeah, I hope you do, and help me identify it, Lisa. Because I've talked about this for months, and it's
Yeah.
all over my yard. It's everywhere. I go around. I instead of mowing with the actual mower, I use the weed eater. So I've saved these plants.
If it's bone set, you better keep it though, because bone set it has so many benefits.
Oh, cool. That's good to know. That's good to know. That'd be good to know that I saved it for a good cause. I do. It was like, and one day last week, I was telling Lisa last week that I weed eated all around it. And then I went back with the lawnmower and went right over one of them. I was like, God damn it.
I don't think it's bone set, but it has the same leaf as bone set.
Yeah, these flowers, and I was surprised because I kept waiting for them to bloom and open all the way up, and they never do. No. And I noticed on Melissa, she did a video on one, and I don't remember. I'll have to go back and watch the video that she did.
I think you're talking about milkweed, the one that I did on milkweed,
The
but those do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't think it was milkweed. If you're sitting on a log and you're talking about different plants.
So it has different names. I think it was sow thistle, milkweed.
Oh,
They're the same thing.
that might be it. Okay.
Yeah, they're all. It's the same thing.
Okay. So
Different names.
when I watched the video, it was like you were talking about how it tastes sweet. The flower tastes sweet. You pick one, you ate it. It has a sweet taste. I'm literally telling you. So I paused the video. I went out and grabbed the flower off the plant.
Did you go?
I did. I was like, well, it don't taste sweet, but it may taste bad either. It was like, I don't know. Maybe it has some benefits. I don't know. I guess I'll find out. I didn't get hallucinated. I didn't go, whoa. I didn't have any tummy aches or nothing like that. So I was like, well, okay.
Morning glories are the only thing I would be like, just don't put it in your mouth if you don't want a psychedelic.
Did you read that in the comments? Well, that was in the comments.
What'd it say?
Mama B says, I don't send me some, Lisa. I'll plant it. No joke. And then she says, Morning Glory, question mark. What do you know about? So I guess she's asking about Morning Glory.
Morning glory. I don't know if it's in the seed or what part of morning glory, but it has some of the same properties as LSD.
Wow.
So yeah, actually I saw a study the other day that this one girl is starting to like do a lot of research with it to extract it. You wouldn't have the same like actual experience as you would with like the synthetic LSD, but I do think it is kind of a similar experience.
So kind of like,
I don't know enough. I don't know enough about it because,
It's the seeds, the morning glory seeds. It's
yeah,
the heavenly blue and flying saucers. But don't buy them at Walmart because they have like antifungal, anti-mold stuff on them. You got to have them fresh off the vine. But it's the seeds people use.
Lisa, do you know how they use them? Like, are they making teas? Or are they grinding it and eating it? Or
both actually. Some people smoke them and some people make a tea.
Yeah.
But flying saucers is one of them, and heavenly blue is the other.
So morning glory is basically like the what the hell's the word I'm looking for? Indian mushroom.
It scares me. I don't know why. Like
Yeah.
it makes me nervous. I
Yeah.
feel like there's so much research with, magic mushrooms and psilocybin and stuff. And so I'll just stick with that.
Right?
But with anything like that, it's almost uncontrollable. It's like an
Yeah.
edible with marijuana, you know? Once you eat it, you're for the ride,
Oh, yeah.
you know? So
Oh, yeah.
it's not controllable.
You're
Right.
gonna
You're in it, you know? The mushrooms, when you eat a mushroom, you go, oh, well, that cap won't bother me. And you throw the cap in too. You're in for the ride.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's not controllable.
Right.
Then the
long time
doses.
ago. My best friend at the time, we were doing synthetic, and we went on a bad trip.
Yeah.
And he ended up going from my house to his house. He woke his mom up because he thought he was dying. And the doctor told him, "You're in for the ride, buddy. Just ride it out."
You just ride it out. Yeah.
I'm too much of a control freak for that too. It's why, I don't really do any of that. I think it is great though. Like I think assisted for depression and stuff like that, I think it's great, but I'm too much of a control freak.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, that was not a good trip for me either. But
Oh yeah.
I didn't go to the doctor or go to the hospital. But yeah, I knew where he was going. Mama B says, I'm a wildflower child and I have done most of the psychedelic things. All right, Mama B. Mama B is awesome. I hope you meet her sometime, Melissa. She's a really cool woman and she's funny, fun to be around. And I wish she had one on Master Distiller. We got a contest. We're all going to meet up together at the Moonshine Festival next week. And her and I got a competition going on about our moonshine. So she makes a better poutine than I do. And I know you don't know what poutine is, but it's basically a potato shine. That's what I make. And we're competing against each other. So
Where's the festival or where y'all
It's in-
going?
it's in Maggie Valley, North Carolina.
Okay.
It's not too far from you. It's probably
Yeah,
what?
not too
6
far.
hours?
I love Maggie Valley. It's real
Yeah.
pretty.
Good place. Great place to be. And we're all meeting up there. It's a 3-day festival. Looking forward to it. Can't wait. And that's pretty much what I have as far as pictures and questions I have for you, Melissa, as far as what flowers and what medicinal points they have. If you want to point out something like on your favorites or something like that, something you recommend, or I know you talk about some things on TikTok that are your favorites, and Mullen's one of them.
Mullen.
The other one was Lisa Day and I talk about what now I can't even think of it. Lisa, you sent me some. What was that?
Mullen. It's good for what?
Wounds.
Oh, mugwort.
No,
Plantain.
plantain. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. And you talked about that
strains. Trees.
on yours, some of your TikToks, and you came across a whole bunch of it. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's because I was living on that farm at the time, and they had everything there. But I actually got a dog bite. Justin's dog jumped on my dog because I don't know. They were just dogging it out. They were just mad. They were just mad. Whatever. But I jumped in the middle of it and went to separate them, and one of them bit me, and pretty hard on my thumb, and my thumb started swelling up. And so I walk around the yard and I found some plantain and I chewed it up and just wrapped my thumb in a poultice. I mean, made a poultice and wrapped it around my thumb. If I took that poultice off, my finger would swell up again. And so then I'd put it right back on. But every time I took it off, my finger would swell again. And it would turn red like it was about to get infected. But 3 days of plantain on my thumb and it went away.
That's awesome. That's cool. That's good to know.
I thought you said dreams, not strains. So I went mugwort.
Oh, yeah.
Johnson says it's a fungus that grows on the Morning Glories seeds that has the LSD properties, but you would probably have to be a chemist to understand the process.
Yeah.
I'm not a chemist.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Thanks for sharing that, Drum and Son. Drum and Son always comes in through YouTube. Never met Drum and Son. Great guy. He's always there, part of it. And he's always on these lives. Appreciate you being here, Drum and Son. Appreciate all your comments and your being a partaking in what we do. Absolutely
It makes
appreciate
it fun. You know,
Yeah.
the people that come in, everybody we've mentioned, they come in
Yeah.
just about every week. And I've been
Well-
surprised a couple times how knowledgeable they are.
I hope you guys, yeah, oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa and Day and I, Melissa, all the time, every week, we're like, oh my God, the people in the comments know more than we do. They come out and talk about stuff, and it's like, wow. Especially the Hendersons, when they come in, they know a lot. Charlene and Richard Henderson, I'm surprised they're not here. I know Richard's down, and he's not feeling well. He had a bad fever yesterday. But usually they pop in, they're here. He's the one I talked about. I gave him the root beer extract. He's got the vanilla. I also do a cherry extract. We share stuff back and forth, kind of like what I did with you, Melissa. I said, we call those handshakes.
Yes.
You got a handshake.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. I'm glad you enjoyed it, especially the s'mores. I told my granddaughter, I saw her yesterday. I talked to her about it. I said, this girl tried your s'mores. She absolutely loves your s'mores.
I mean,
Really?
2 days gone. I was like, I hope like you can't get drunk from this because I'm about to like. I mean, I'm doing massage
I'm
therapy.
about to get a
my mind
hangover.
is just, like eating it.
That's funny as hell. I told her that about that. I didn't know how much you ate. I told her how much you liked it. She was like, really? She really liked that? Yeah, she really liked it. I told her, I said, a lot of people like it. And she's all excited. She called me today. We talked about it a little bit. She wants some more. She wants some more.
Some more.
I'm like, well, honey, I'll have to, next time I see you, I'll make sure you get some more.
Oh,
Mama B says, I very fortunately, due to my education, was able to be a chemist in a chemistry lab for 3 years before I met Jason. That's a little secret about me. Well, we just told everybody. It's not a secret
Mama
anymore.
B is like can make a moonshine, and she's beautiful, and she was a chemist, and
Right?
She's the whole
Right.
package.
Mama B's awesome. And she's hysterical.
Yeah, she is. She's a hoot.
I've had her on People Lives of Mine, and we were just rolling. I mean, we could not stop laughing. Mama B, stop. Yeah, her name's Tanya, and
Last
her husband, Jason, was the actual winner of one of the shows on Master Distiller. And he's a great guy, too. He's a little more laid back. I won't say shy, but a little more timid. Doesn't talk a lot. And Mama B's just the opposite. She'll talk your head off. But it's a good thing. I don't mean it in a bad way. Mama B's awesome. Love Mama. But, so, Melissa, we can find you on TikTok. Once again, will you tell us?
Wild Crafted Muse.
Guys, I know a lot of you are on TikTok. Look that up. Make sure you follow her. Got a lot of great content on her TikTok. I highly recommend it. She does awesome videos. She also does some massage therapy as well as help me out here. I got a buzz.
I do meditation, massage therapy. I either post about foraging or meditation or massage therapy, or I just like talk about nothing.
You like, well, and you also make your own clothes. You talk
I do.
about
I sew.
Yeah. You do so many things. You also have videos out there where you're helping your boyfriend doing the tree service
I
stuff.
climb trees sometimes.
It's like, good God, this woman does it all.
Yeah.
Wildcraft and Moose. It's MUSE, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you follow her, Mama V. She's awesome. I love watching her content. She's on Facebook as well.
know that I'm under my business name. I think I'm under Tressie Melissa, Tressie. That's my first name. That's what I go by, Tressie Melissa.
Cool. Awesome. What's our site again, please?
So on social media, it's Wild Crafted Muse, Muse. My business name, I have a booking site if people want to book consults. So for like an herbal consult, I can order lab work for you. I just get into like a real deep history of health. And we look at like kind of all the areas. So like I look at basically stress, trauma, physical things in the body, and just kind of do a deep dive into that and recommend supplements based on that. And like lifestyle changes, whether I think everybody needs to meditate. So normally that's part of a protocol that I would set up, but you are smoking again. It's like,
especially when I'm drinking, I chain smoke like crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll be reaching out to you, Melissa. I promise.
We got to get you on a
We're
protocol.
gonna work on me. We're gonna work on me. Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that, Melissa, and letting everybody know. And I know a lot of people follow me on Morgan's Moonshine Group. I got over 2,000 followers here. A lot of them like to go back and watch the video later on their own time. So I'm sure they'll follow and listen and check it out. And I hope they do. And I hope they start following you because you have a lot of great content. That's why I reached out to you. And I wanted you to be on here and be a guest and share your stuff. Absolutely had a great time. Wonderful. I hope to have you back.
Yeah. Anytime.
Maybe we get you and Jason or Justin at the same time. I said Jason. Justin at the same time. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I actually mentioned it to him and he was like excited. He was like, yeah, I'd love to do that.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Because, I told you before, that's how I got started in Moonshine. I was a prepper. That's what got me going. I was a prepper.
I think he used to make shine too. He's sober now for he's almost 3 years sober, but I think he used to make some shine.
Lisa and I had a bunch of moonshiners in here. I know a lot of moonshiners that make it but don't drink. So,
yeah.
So, hey, that's cool that he knows that. That'd make a great podcast.
Yeah.
Mama B says, what are your websites? Do you have websites?
I just have a booking site on Vagaro. So if you look at vagaro.com, I'm sure that you can search. My business is Wildcrafted Wellness.
Wildcrafted Wellness. And one of your best friends has a store there in Georgia, right?
Mm-hmm. Herbology. Check that out, Mama B. Mama B's, she's in South Carolina. So, Well, and our herb shop, we have all the herbs. Like we have a whole row of just bulk loose dried herbs, so you can come in. I
may have to shoot up there next Monday on my way up to Tennessee.
Yeah,
on my way up.
We sell them by the ounce or by the pound, however you want to buy it.
Yeah, well, back in my day when we heard ounces and pounds, we were talking about pot.
No, now we're talking about mullein and lemon balm and
well, there you go.
verbena.
Mullein. You gotta have that mullein. Lisa Denny sent me some mullein.
You have some more coming too.
No shit. Are you all trying to tell me something?
Yeah. I'm gonna write you a protocol for stopping smoking.
I just did the Eric oil there.
Oh, that would be for okay, yeah. Let me ask you that, Melissa, while we're here before I end the stream. My daughter Cassie, Princess Moonshine, she's been to the doctor and been to the doctor over and over and over again. She keeps getting these ear infections that keep coming back. What do you recommend?
Well, just for the infection, if she doesn't want to make an oil, she just wants to go buy one. Wally's ear oil is good. Every ear oil you buy is usually going to have garlic and mullein in it. So I just make mine. I chop up garlic and forage mullein, and I put it in like a grapeseed oil, and you just turn it upside down every couple of days and you let it sit for 4 weeks.
Sure.
So I make mine, but you can go to an herb shop and just get an ear oil. That's for the infection. But if she keeps getting them, to me, it sounds like she may have some sinus issues or something biologically, like with the anatomy of her ear.
Yeah, that's good to know. And I'll make sure if she's not on here, I thought she was on here, but if she's not, I'll make sure she watches this video and she catches up on it. That's good information. I told her I was going to find a remedy for her.
Yeah, I mean that'll get rid of the infection. It really does work, but if she keeps, if they're recurrent, then it's maybe that her sinuses aren't draining. If
Right.
she's got a lot of buildup here, fenugreek and thyme, that would be my combo. I would do a heavy fenugreek and thyme, and it drains your head.
Cool. Good to know. Oh, Charlene's here. Charlene, welcome in, honey.
Hi, Charlene.
Wow. Mama B says, listen, I got my Mama B book out, so y'all, I am taking notes. Laughing my ass off.
Nice, Mama.
And listen, if they find me on social media and they just have a question about an herb, they can message me. But like when they message, just say like I'm from the podcast or something. Because when I say that, I have creepy men in my inbox all day long. And I don't respond to anybody. So if they just say, hey, it's about the podcast, I'll answer any herb question.
Yeah, make sure you guys say, hey, I saw you on More Than Moonshine page or on the podcast or whatever. Make sure you say that. What did you say earlier, Melissa? You said you had what? The TikTok followers are 90% men.
Yeah. Hey,
Like,
baby, can I send you some money?
oh my God.
Like, no.
Hey, no, but you can send Uncle Moonshine some money.
I'll start forwarding them to you.
There you go. Hey, I'll show him my nipple on my forehead. There you go. Come on.
Want to see my nipple?
You want to see? I'll pay. Hey, pay me to see my nipple. Hey.
They'll be like, do you have an OnlyFans? I'm like, no, I have 2 children and integrity. No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Good
Yeah.
girl. I like that.
Right.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
David Dance said, oh, wait. Hey, put me on, David. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm going to invite Mama B. You'll get to meet Mama B.
Oh, yay.
Mama B's awesome. I love Mama B. We all love Mama B.
I'm going to help my dog up on the bed.
Oh, I wanna see.
Oh, wrong Facebook. My bad. Sorry, Mama B. Give me a second. I'll send you an invite. You know, my computer is slow as molasses. Speaking of molasses, I'm just kidding.
Blackstrap molasses is great for your
Hey.
iron levels.
It also makes a good moonshine.
Blackstrap molasses is
The
delicious.
rum.
I used to make a salad dressing with it.
That molasses makes a great rum.
Yeah, I would do a tablespoon of blackstrap, a tablespoon of honey, a tablespoon of olive oil, and like 2 teaspoons of lemon. And it makes a great salad dressing.
Nice. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, Mama B. I'm working on it. There it is. There you are.
Mama B.
Mama B.
If he does this.
All right, Mama B. There you go. See you in the lake. I love Mama B. She's a sweetheart. She's as redneck country as you can get.
I love that. That's how I grew up.
Me too. I love it as well. Hey, put me on, dang it. I want to be backstage. You don't want to be backstage. You want to be on stage. Sit me late, Mama B. Waiting on you. David Dan says, what's the best way to process mullet?
I just dry it.
Lisa and I talked about that before. Oh, here's Mama B. There you go. Mama B.
Hey y'all.
How you doing, sweetie?
Listen, I got 2 pages in my notebook dedicated to this Miss Melissa.
Oh, yay. You can message me. You need to find me online. We'll be friends.
So I totally have. So far, I have Wildcrafted Muse. I have Wildcrafted Wellness because that's how to book you, right?
Yeah, that's how, yeah, if you were to book.
Okay. And then I've got tons of notes.
Okay, good.
I mean, even down to the fact that Farm Factory is bad. I put it right there.
It is. It's bad.
So, but we don't have a lot of animals. We have chickens, and then we have 2 dogs and 1 cat, which won't be with us much longer. But so we use the chickens for eggs. But I would really like to learn about like the whole. I think you said something about getting like whole meat, like a whole cow or whatever.
Well, not processed. Not processed
Yeah.
by like
Yeah, so like it would be good meat.
right.
Yeah, normally you just find a farm near you and contact the farm. And a lot of farmers will sell like half a cow or a whole cow.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they go ahead and they kill it, butcher, process, and you just pay for it. It comes in freezer packets.
When I mentioned that to my husband, that's what he said. He was like, "Okay, well, we'll have to find a local farm that does that." There's tons around us.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have a Mama B. As big of a cow fan you are.
Oh, I got a new cow.
No
My
way.
son just came home today, and he brought me a new cow. Dude, check this out.
Oh my God.
So you have the pink cow and the stuffed cow. That's my old cows that I've had for a while, right?
Yeah.
Look at my new cow. And I have it sitting with those. It's glass.
Oh, it's a widow moo cow.
It's so cute.
That's
So
awesome.
now, I don't know if y'all seen, but I have a cow bag that keeps all my books and stuff. I have all my little cows.
You crack me up, Mama B.
I have a cow suit, and they want me to bring it to the events and everything, but this is a onesie that's meant for the winter.
One night, Melissa, I did a ladies' night. We had the ladies on moonshine. Mama B was wild. And she put that on. And it was hysterical.
It's got a little tail on the back, and I like to, do the. Yo.
It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun that night. So yeah, you do. You need to wear that to one of the events. Mama B, her moonshine.
Moonshine. It's utterly delicious. Listen, Lisa and everybody else helped me come up with that stuff. I didn't come up with that on my own. All my love.
It's a great slogan.
I love it.
It is.
Well, it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was coming home from work and I pulled into my development. As I'm pulling in, this Mustang's pulling out or going out, and it was painted like a cow, a black and white cow. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "No way, that's Mama B's car."
Just wait. If Jason ever gets the Mustang that he wants and gives me his truck, because I really want a truck so bad, that thing might end up looking like a cow. If it's not camouflage, it's going to be cow.
There you go. All right. It's way past my bedtime, y'all. Melissa, thank you for being here and joining us and being a part of the show and let us sharing your information with us. I can't wait to have you back. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun. And we'll get Justin
I'm
on here.
definitely going to look you up. I'm so thankful for everything that you said, all the knowledge you shared, everything that you like. I mean, just anytime somebody had something to say, you had something for it. Like that's amazing. Like, I mean, the knowledge that you have on this herbology stuff, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Hey, I'm going to end it with a shot.
Hey, Lisa, I loved meeting you too.
Yes, it was great. I'm glad you came on. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
You'll see me on all your little follow. I'll click all the
Okay,
buttons.
good.
I got your
Lisa is our biggest family member of the community. So on June 14th, Mark held a surprise live that Lisa, she thought she was coming to just in the live like all of us. And Mark surprised her by dedicating March 14th as Lisa A Day.
June 14th.
Aw.
Because her name is Lisa A Day, but we called it Lisa A Day Day. And she had no idea. We all surprised her and we all came on telling her like all the reasons why we love her. Yeah, it was amazing.
That's
It was
so
awesome. Yeah, it really was.
Lisa Day is a big part of the moonshine community. She's part of every moonshine community, every
Yes.
podcast, every club. You name it, Lisa Day is part of it.
I keep
Mhm.
them.
Some of all of it, I really don't.
I keep them.
She's
all
like
in mind.
she's like our mama.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna end it. I gotta get to bed. Gotta get up at 3 a.m. So thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for
Thank you,
Okay, bye. Nice to meet
all
you.
the interest.
Nice to meet y'all too. You too. Bye,
Y'all,
everybody.
as always, shine on.
I know. Night,
Shalom.
Mark.
Night, y'all.
Whew.
Woo.